Hey y'all, this is a random episode. I did not plan this at all, but I'm having dinner late at night because it's like 11 o'clock. But I made the unstuffed pepper recipe. It's on TikTok. Obviously, mine is vegan, but you don't have to make it like that. You can make it however you want to make it. But it's real good. Um, y'all, tonight we're going to talk about two things. The title of this episode is You Deserve It. But, well, why do you deserve it? And we're going to talk about it on two different sides of the coin. So the first one is, why do you deserve what you want in life? So I think if y'all are anything like me, ambitious, and you really want to see what you want to see in life, you want to see the fruits of your labor and what you've worked so hard for and what you've dealt with in life, to get to where you want to be. And I think the best way to really put it into perspective is to ask yourself, why do you deserve it? Because when you are manifesting and when you are doing law of attraction, law of assumption and stuff like that, you have to believe in it. You have to believe first. That's the first thing that you need to do is just believe that it's possible. But nobody really talks about how you have to visualize and you have to also believe that you deserve it. So a lot of people don't believe that they deserve it. So you have to write down a list. You have to make a list of why you deserve it. This is the easiest way. This is what I did. This is really the easiest way to kind of trick yourself into believing that you deserve it. Even if you don't believe it at first, it's an easy way to trick yourself into believing that you do. So whatever it is you're going for, whether it's a new career or you want a new house or you want, just whatever. It doesn't even have to be tangible things. It could be, a certain type of relationship, getting closer to your family members, like whatever it is that you're wanting, you have to make yourself believe you deserve it. And this is what I did. I wrote down, I do have a vision board. I can show y'all my vision board on Instagram and tell y'all more about that. But I wrote down a list of all the things that I have dealt with and the things that I have chosen to do the right thing when I didn't have to. Like, okay, when I was going through my relationship shit, I didn't cuss anyone out. I didn't just spaz out and start punching people in their face. I didn't go set their house on fire like I wanted to. I didn't do a lot of things. I didn't slit tires. I didn't break their garage door so that her mama car would get repoed. Like, I didn't do those things that I wanted to do. And so that's one reason that I deserve what it is that I want. For two, I have been respectful in situations when I didn't have to be. I have been understanding in situations when I didn't have to be. That's another reason why I deserve it. Let's think of what else. When I lost everything and I was homeless for a little bit, excuse me, I did everything I needed to do to get back on top of things. Like, I had a literal come to Jesus moment. Like, I remember sitting in that room. I remember sitting in my room and just praying to God and asking him, like, Lord, please, if you just allow me to just have another chance at this, I'm not going to mess it up. If you just allow me to have another chance at fixing my life and get myself together, I'm not going to mess it up. I'm not going to get distracted. I'm not going to do anything to mess it up again. And so I did that. I did those things. I made sure I got jobs. and I did whatever I needed to do to get to those jobs, whether I took Uber, whether I'm taking a bus, whether I'm asking people, giving people gas money, whatever it is I have to do it. No matter how I feel about it, it's about getting it done. That's another reason I deserve it, because I never stopped and looked at what I didn't have. I didn't make an excuse. Oh, I don't have no car, so I'm not going to be able to do this. No, we going to make a way out of no way, as always. Like I was raised to do. Maybe you going to figure out how to get it done. If you want it bad enough, you going to get it done. And then I had to remember, I asked God for this chance. I'm not finna not do it. I'm not going to make up an excuse just because things get hard. So when things got hard for me, I always figured it out, and I sat down and was patient with myself enough to figure out how to make it work in my favor. And that's another reason that I deserve what it is that I'm wanting and what I'm striving for. But on the other side of that coin, you have to get away from the punishment. So another thing that I did while I was sitting in my room by myself, this was back in 2020, when I first started this podcast. I started this podcast, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, April of 2022, I think. But anyways, the spring of 2022, I remember I was sitting in my room and I would just think to myself, and I would meditate, and I would light my incense and just sit with myself. And I realized that I have been punishing myself. So when you in a relationship, or when you are hanging out with, not even in a relationship, you hanging out with people, or you're getting close with people, and you have like a interesting social circle, and you're not happy with it, and whatever it is that you're dealing with is hurting you, and people are disrespecting you, and you're allowing so many things to happen to you, you have to think, why do I deserve it? Why do I feel like I deserve it? Like, I'm going to look at it as from the relationship and friendship aspect. Like, when you're being mentally abused, physically abused, emotionally abused, and manipulated, you have to sit at some point when you get tired of it, you sit with yourself and be like, why am I allowing this? And it's going to take some patience, because you have to really dig within yourself. Why am I allowing this? And then why do you feel like you deserve to be punished? Because you're punishing yourself by sitting in that situation. Whatever you're dealing with that because somewhere inside of you, somewhere deep inside you, you feel like you deserve to be punished. And when you get down to that question, excuse me, y'all, because I am eating. When you get down to that question, that's when your problems are going to start to solve themselves. Because why do you deserve to be punished? You can have answers for a lot of things. What is it that you feel guilty about deep down inside of yourself? And it could be a few things. But what is it that you're feeling guilty about, that you feel like you have to be punished for your actions? And this is a way, and you allowing people to treat you any kind of way, you allowing that man or that woman or whoever to treat you any kind of way, that is your way of punishing yourself for what you know that you did, or what you feel like you deserve karma for. So when you realize that and you really think about it, go fix that. Go fix whatever it is. Do whatever you can do to clear out that guilt and clear out whatever it is that you feel like you are punishing yourself for. And, excuse me, I know it doesn't make sense right now. I'm trying to break it down to where it does make sense if you're confused, but When you're in a relationship with someone / friendship, however you want to look at it, you are letting them hurt you, and you're allowing all these different things. People lying to you, cheating on you, manipulating you, getting what they can get out of you, using you, all these different things. There's no other reason why you would be allowing that unless you felt like you deserved it. Of course, on the surface, you don't think you do. Of course, on the surface, you don't. But deep down inside, in your subconscious, you feel like you deserve that shit for some reason. Find out what that reason is. Find out. Do you feel like, have you wronged some people before? Have you hurt some people's feelings before? Have you, have you committed some type of crime that nobody knows about? Or have you done something that you need to make it right? In order, because you're going to have to make it right and somehow clear out that situation. Like, for me, it was different things. I felt guilty about my mother. There was a lot of things that I wish I had done differently. There was other people, other relationships that I felt guilty about. I told y'all at one point I was fucking with a married man. That, I felt guilt about that. And I felt fucked up about that. And I never cleared it. I just put it on the back burner. And so I felt like when my ex was doing this stuff to me, I was allowing it because I felt like I deserved it, But it takes you sitting with yourself by yourself and not running away from your thoughts and running away from your feelings. You cannot run away from your feelings. You just can't. You have to let yourself cry. You have to let yourself get it out. Whether you have to go, you got to go punch some bags. Whether you have to go somewhere and holler and scream. Whatever you have to do to get that shit out. You have to be honest with yourself. That is the only way. You have to feel through your emotions and then be honest with yourself about whatever it is. And that's going to get you over it. So this episode is about why do you deserve the things that you want and where you're going in life. But first, you have to, I should have did it in a different order, but first you have to figure out, why do you deserve this situation? Why do you feel like you deserve this situation that you are sitting in currently? If you're sitting in a situation currently, why do you feel like, even if it's something that passed, you can still do the why did I feel like I needed to be punished? Why did you deserve for someone to treat you like that? Really, really think about that. And it's gonna open shit up for you. Why? Did I do something? Am I holding on to something? Am I scared about something? Am I guilty for something? What is it? And once you figure that shit out, things will get better. The key is being honest with yourself. That's going to always be your best bet. So do that in that order if you're dealing with something. Why do you deserve it? And why do you deserve it? So, yeah. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Good night.